Get your hands off me, Maya Brooks shouted, her voice echoing through the busy Seattle airport terminal as Officer Jake Morrison yanked her by the arm, his grip hard enough to leave marks. Mom, you need to step aside. This gate is for first class only. His tone said everything to sneer. The way his eyes flicked over her plain jeans and t-shirt, like she didn't belong. I have a first-class ticket, Maya said, jaw tight, as she pulled out her boarding pass. Morrison just smirked. Yeah, sure. And I'm the pilot. Lady, I don't know how you got this fake ticket, but you're not getting on that plane. People turned. Some started filming on their phones. And some guy in a suit chuckled from behind. Security oughta check how she even afforded to be in this terminal. The heat of embarrassment burned through Maya. But Morrison just squeezed her arm tighter, starting to pull her away. That's when instinct kicked in military reflex. Years of training, but Maya held it in. Sir, you're hurting me, she said, steady as ever. Good. He shot back. Maybe next time you'll think twice before scamming your way into flights you can't afford. And then, as if on cue, the intercom blared, crackling overhead. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a critical emergency. Captain Mitchell has collapsed. If there are any military pilots, please identify yourself immediately. Maya looked Morrison dead in the eye. Colonel Maya Brooks, United States Air Force. Let go before 312 people die. His face went paper white as everyone around them realized what was happening. She pulled her arm free. Officer Morrison. She read from his name tag. Call your supervisor. You just assaulted a decorated officer in front of everyone. The gate agent, Jennifer, rushed over, flustered and apologetic. Colonel Brooks, I'm so sorry. Please, the crew needs you. But the damage was done. Every single person about to board had seen her manhandled for daring to exist in first class. Maya heard Morrison stammering into his radio control. I need backup at gate 23. We have a situation, but this situation was about to get much bigger than he could ever imagine. Because Colonel Maya Brooks wasn't just going to save a plane full of people. She was about to expose something ugly that went way deeper than one bad officer. As Maya boarded, a businessman in an expensive suit, Vincent Crawford, stared. Did that guard really just grab a military colonel? His wife whispered. Vincent shrugged. Uncomfortable now. He'd laughed along a minute ago. Now he'd have to watch what came next. Flight 447 was a packed Boeing 777, heading for Boston with some of the country's most powerful passengers. None of that would matter in the next hour. The only person who mattered was the woman they'd just seen humiliated for the crime of sitting in first class while black. Maya took seat 2A, closed her eyes, and breathed deep. She'd faced discrimination through her whole career. It never stopped stinging. In half an hour, these same people who watched her be assaulted would be depending on her to save their lives. Captain Mitchell was a veteran, 23 years flying, 3 emergency landings, 2 engine failures. But at 35,000 feet, a heart attack struck him down cold. His co-pilot, Daniel Martinez, 28, just 6 years in, fought to keep control as the plane bucked and tossed in a storm unlike anything in the record books Category 5 winds. Lightning, turbulence so bad the plane felt like a toy. Daniel's voice came over the intercom, trembling, Mayday, Mayday. This is Flight 447. Captain Mitchell is unconscious. If anyone has military aviation experience, please identify yourself to the crew immediately. All around her, Maya saw panicked parents clinging to kids, executives white-knuckled and praying, everyone shaken by the storm's violence. Vincent Crawford puffed up in his seat. Listen, I've flown with private pilots for 20 years. I can help. The head flight attendant, Robert Thompson, stepped in. Sir, we need military flight training. Civilian experience isn't enough in these conditions. Vincent bristled. Are you questioning my qualifications? I didn't pay $18,000 for these seats to have some kid crash us into the ocean. That's when Maya stood, moving with a fluid calm. Colonel Maya Brooks, United States Air Force. 2000 flight hours in F-22 Raptors. Expert in emergency navigation. I can help. Silence. Except for the storm outside. Vincent stared, stunned. You gotta be kidding. I respect the military, but I'm not betting my life on some affirmative action fantasy. His wife grabbed his arm, but he wouldn't stop. She doesn't even look like a pilot. Daniel Martinez appeared at the door. Desperate. Please. Anyone with military flight experience. Captain Mitchell is dying. I need help. Vincent got up, straightening his suit. Son, I've flown everywhere. I know procedures. Let me help. Maya watched, used to being passed over. Robert Thompson looked torn. Sir, if you're willing to assist, come forward. But Maya didn't back down. Before you put lives in civilian hands, check real qualifications, not ticket prices. Inside the cockpit, Vincent barked orders. Take us up to 42,000 feet. Full power. Daniel hesitated. Our service ceiling's 43,100. If we climb now, we risk structural kid. Trust me. Vincent cut in. Maya stepped in, cool and certain. Climbing in this storm with a heavy plane could cause wing separation. What we need is a controlled descent to stable air below the cell. Vincent glared. Not the time for a lesson. People's lives are at stake. Mr. Crawford, Maya replied. Emergency procedures don't care about ticket prices. Vincent barked. I don't know what kind of stolen valor this is, but I'm not letting you play dress-up pilot with our lives. Maya didn't argue. She recited emergency procedures, crisp and precise, and Daniel's jaw dropped. Those are exact Boeing 777 protocols. How? I've flown tougher aircraft in worse conditions. Maya said, I helped Boeing write those checklists. Vincent was red-faced. Anyone can memorize a manual, but Daniel ignored him. Colonel Brooks, I'm requesting your help under Emergency Aviation Authority. She slid into the co-pilot's seat, quietly asking Vincent to leave. Like hell I am. He snapped. But Maya had learned to turn doubt into fuel long ago. You're right, Mr. Crawford. I don't belong here. I belong in an F-22 Raptor flying combat missions. But today, 312 people need me. So here's where I'll be. What nobody knew was that Maya carried more than skill into that cockpit. She carried a promise. Made after her friend Sarah Chun died in a crash no one took seriously. That loss taught her never to let rank or prejudice silence competence. Maya took command, voice calm as she asked for altitude, speed, and fuel. The turbulence was hellish. Vincent muttered, I'm not letting some DEI hire crash us. Maya didn't even turn. Mr. Crawford, when we land safely, you'll have some uncomfortable conversations. His face blanched. Is that a threat? No, it's meteorology. And by the way, your comments are now part of the official emergency record. Daniel watched, amazed. Colonel, how do you stay calm? Because while he's explaining why I'm not qualified, I'm calculating how to get us home. Maya reached for the radio. Seattle ATC. Connect us to McCord Air Force Base for emergency weather radar. As Daniel relayed the message, a new voice came on. This is Colonel Patricia Hayes. McCord Operations. Please identify the military personnel. Colonel Maya Brooks. Call sign Spectre. Requesting real-time weather data. The storm was a beast, but with satellite data and fighter pilot tactics, Maya did what no manual could teach. She flew that jet like a wave surfer, using the violence of the air to guide them through, not fight against it. The flight attendant Robert, watching, whispered, This is impossible. No, Maya said, it's physics. Vincent, pale now, said. Colonel, I owe you an apology. Maya replied without looking up. Your apology can wait. Right now you're seeing what happens when a military chooses talent over appearances. Maya patched through to the passengers. This is Colonel Brooks. I've taken command. We're navigating with advanced military techniques. Stay calm and trust the training that brings people home from impossible situations. The panic in the cabin faded, replaced by hope. In the cockpit, Dr. Johnson, a cardiologist, said, Colonel, your flying is the most skilled I've ever seen. Doctor, this landing's going to be steep and fast combat approach. It'll feel like crashing, but it's the safest way. As they dropped through the storm, Maya talked Daniel and the crew through every step, using the wind itself to land 180 knots instead of 140. Reverse thrust. Spoilers full. The touchdown was hard, violent, but perfectly controlled. And as the jet slowed, cheers erupted through the cabin. Every life on board was safe. Emergency crews rushed in for Captain Mitchell. Vincent Crawford, shaken, faced Maya. Colonel, tonight I learned the difference between success and wisdom. You saved us all. While Maya nodded. Understanding the problem is the first step, but understanding doesn't undo the damage. As Maya left the aircraft, Airport Security Chief Rodriguez and FBI agents met her. Colonel Brooks, Officer Morrison has been charged. The videos are everywhere. Chief, this isn't about one officer. It's about the system that let him get this far. Federal investigators promised to look into systemic patterns of abuse. 6 months later, Colonel Maya Brooks stood before the Senate, testifying about discrimination in aviation. Senators, what happened on Flight 447 was not isolated. If my competence had been dismissed, every life on that plane could have been lost. Discrimination doesn't just hurt individuals, it endangers us all. Vincent, now changed, funded scholarships, started honest conversations about privilege, and admitted discomfort is the price of growth. As Maya walked down the Capitol steps, her phone buzzed her next assignment, leading the Air Force's diversity initiative. She smiled, knowing that true excellence doesn't wait for permission. It just persists until the world finally catches up. If this story moved you, drop courage below and join a community where character always wins over prejudice. Remember, the most ordinary person beside you might just be extraordinary. Greatness never shouts, but when lives are at stake, it always rises to meet the moment.